You could see, basically he cut it between 18 and 19.
Oh, okay.
And then he cut, if you take 20 and 22, straight join it together, that's where he cut the neck off, okay? So if you draw a line from 20 to 22, and then go between 18 and 19, straight out.
Here.
Yeah. And then you can see where 22 is kind of where it's separating the brisket from the chuck,
So it'll
right?
be here.
Yep.
And here.
So your 22 cuts right here.
20 to 22, straight down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it is. Okay?
Okay, thanks, Chef.
Yeah.
So this right here is the front quarter?
Yep.
Okay, that's the
You got that?
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, this is where we're going to do.
It's
this on
much
Monday.
bigger than I thought.
This on Monday, so
Yeah.
this is where we're going to be here. So you've got like the front area.
You got
here.
that
It's almost
also?
number 23 area, that elbow sort of area.
Yeah.
22 along there. Okay.
Because he went
Alright.
in the middle.
Let's continue on now.
Oh, we see. You say
Part of
this
the
one?
reason why, guys, that we're kind of pushing through it is because every minute it sits out of the fridge, the meat is starting to deteriorate,
What will
right?
happen is the fat, you'll see,
Yeah.
it'll start to get oilier because it's grease, right? And as this gets hotter, I can work a little quicker. But
Yeah.
we do have we have a temperature to. It has some leeway, better than chicken. On beef, chicken's a little different when you handle chicken. It's got to be done really quickly. So we're gonna do the roast first. All right. Get this out of the way here.
So the chuck, what primarily is it used for? That shoulder. Is
First,
it going to be tender or is it going to be tough?
tough.
Tough, because it's supporting the whole front of the cow basically, right?
Yeah.
So it's a big muscle, worked a lot, right? So what kind of cooking method do we use?
Braising.
Braising, what's that called? That's the key word.
For braising?
What's the key? Moist heat cooking, right? Braising, stewing, right? Liquid, right?
But it has that one that you can make like a steak too.
Yes, they've now recently, in the trend, right? We talked about the chuck flats. You can do a slow roast on it, dry heat, slice it thin. Flat iron, low temp, right? Yeah, and a lot of people are using it now because of the fact it's a cheaper cut.
Yes.
Until it becomes the demand, and then its price just starts going through the roof.
We started with chuck flats last year, probably around $9. Now they're $13. But it's also what's happening. A kilo. It's what's happening in the world right now. Our beef prices are very high right now because of the just all to do with grading and the American dollar. So all our beef prices are based on American currency rates.
Yeah, it's just,
So what I'm doing, I'm taking off just some bones. I want to get through to these flat bones here.
yes. So
This one's being very. This is where you have to be careful with your guys.
So these bones are pieces of the rib bones, or the short
This
ribs,
is-
or the backbone?
This bone, this part here is part of the backbone,
Backbone.
and I'm removing here right now.
Whichever.
Yeah.
Probably on the front quarter, the chuck is
16.
the most difficult. Because you've got
Yeah.
all the
16.
bones in it. It's a larger piece of meat. There's more muscles in it. The chuck is what takes you the most time.
Yeah. It is the neck. I
The
find
backbone.
being
See?
the hardest
They
one.
are short.
Yeah.
So the bones that you've left there,
Yep.
what happens to them?
Those are good for soup.
This is a spine.
All your stock.
These
Spine.
ones that
Sorry?
you've left here.
That, yeah.
These ones here, these ones are going to turn into a short rib.
Okay.
Because these are your cross rib bone, but a lot of people use them for a short rib. So what you do is we take off this bone. Just seams apart. And then we have a cross rib bone. Now we have to clean, to make it into a cross rib roast, I have to clean up all this fat. I'm keeping some of this trim here. First, all the trim that we get, and the sooner we get beef that's got it's got a little bit of age on it, but this, see, we can still take all this and make it into grind. But if we let it age longer, this will turn black and we can't use it. So we lose more on longer it ages. And there's two types of aging, wet age and dry age. Dry age is when we hang beef. Wet age is what comes nowadays. It's in a bag.
Yeah.
And it comes dry back to the bag. Well, that's wet age because it's aging in the bag wet. This is dry aging when it's hanging and air circulates around.
Yeah, we talked about that.
The video
What is it
is really
basically?
good.
When you're dry aging, what basically are you doing? No.
You're something to do.
What did I call it though?
Creating?
No.
No?
What's it called when the beef doesn't age long enough? What do you call something that's not just too fresh? Green meat. So the green meat is beef that hasn't been fully aged. Like
And it doesn't taste right.
it's not tender.
Not tender.
Because what happens when you age beef, aging enzymes in the beef will naturally break down the connective tissues. So the longer you leave it, max like 14 days, they say is good. It breaks down the tissues at that point. But if you leave it for 21 or 35, it makes it even softer because it's deteriorating, right? Meat is just eating, it's just going through that evolution that it'll start to get black and it'll rot eventually, which is deterioration, right? So, aging, wet and dry. Two different types of aging.
Remember I said dry aging? What is releasing out of it? It's sitting there in the air. No? What's in there? What's in the meat that's going to be coming out? We talked about moisture, water, right? What did I call it? Basically what you're doing when you're dry aging.
You're losing money because
Losing money, but what do you call it?
Do you want me to touch?
No, but I'd love to keep the fat just so we can. Reduction. It's basically sort of like a meat reduction. You're intensifying the meat flavor.
Naturally.
Yeah, you're intensifying the meat flavor by dry aging. So it's like a meat reduction. It's getting stronger in flavor.
And I used to do dry aging when I had my butcher shops. It's the way I was taught by the older guys, and I go through about 16 sides of beef a week, and I would lose 10 pounds a week in shrink loss with dry aging. So you lose more. What happens? The outside gets really hard, turns black, but the inside gets really moist. But you lose a lot of loss on the outside.
Is that still done?
Very rarely. A lot of the
sides.
all the sides are done.
Yeah, I mean, though, but probably this place in Mustang here, I don't know if they're still doing it, but they were doing like a 47-day age on ribs and also on short ribs.
Yeah, a couple of 40 days.
Something like that, they're doing that, and charging for it, obviously. They got a special cabinet, a little more temperature control,
Yeah.
humidity, airflow.
We have
It
a
does
couple of.
taste very good.
It does improve the.
You know what? I think what's happened now in our society is that because wet aging is so popular, that's all people know now is wet age. So when somebody has a dry age steak or basically steaks, they don't like the flavor.
Because it's different.
It is
Not what they're
different.
accustomed to.
It is almost not. I wouldn't describe it as gamey, but it's definitely more in your face.
Stronger
Must-
flavor.
Yes.
Must,
Yeah.
Let's say it's a musty flavor. It does.
It's not for everyone.
No.
And another thing is, you take a wet aged steak and you take a dry aged steak and you cook it, that'll mess
Sorry.
you up.
What I just took off there is you're looking. This is like your shoulder joint.
yeah.
Like I have bad shoulders, but this is your ball and socket joint.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, I
And
feel my knees all the time.
very smooth. Yes, I have to get a new knee this year as well. So that was my old sports injury. But that's a ball and socket joint. Very smooth. And then when we get into the hind quarter, there's the same as we have in our knees. There's an anti-cruciate
They're not the same
ligament.
inside here.
Somewhat, but remember, all the composition of most animals, lamb, pork, and beef,
Mammals.
all have the same bone structure, just different sizes.
That here. Where is the joint?
That joint right there would have been this one right here.
Yeah. Dry aged meat, it
This
doesn't
one.
cook the same
Yeah.
as a wet aged steak.
No, it doesn't.
Like the test for doneness, you'll take a dry aged steak, you put it on your barbecue or your broiler, and you'll be like, oh, it's done. Look at yeah, that's well done. It's overcooked. You take it off, it's blue rare still.
Yeah.
It just does not have the spring back as